You were doing this, and obviously you wrote the script based on that, Alex. How did they explain to you the whole concept of those characters and where they came from?
We didn't know each other back then. I
meant when you actually joined.
Yeah, I got the script the traditional, old-fashioned way through my agents. It was about 2 years ago, 4th of July weekend. I was already I was shooting True Blood and a month away from my hiatus, and I was going to go to New York and shoot What Maisie Knew and Disconnect back to back after that. But then I had a window, October, November, December of that fall, and I was like I said, 4th of July weekend, just on the beach reading scripts, and a lot of bad scripts. Believe it or not, but there are a lot of bad and mediocre scripts in this town. And then I just read these, and I was just blown away by it. I thought it was such an amazing script, and we didn't know each other, like I said, but I had seen Sound of My Voice and thought it was brilliant. And so that weekend I called my agent, or that day on 4th of July, and said, I just read this fantastic script. I would love to meet the filmmakers, the writers, and you guys were up here, just a couple of blocks away from here in Hollywood, and were kind enough to meet with me. So I jumped in my car and drove up to Los Angeles, and we met, and I was just fascinated by their stories about their adventures, what they went through that summer, and also talking to Zal and Britt about Benji and about the relationship between Benji and Sarah, and I just got so creatively excited, and I walked out of that meeting and then called my agents immediately and said, like, I don't care what else is out there for the fall. I want to work with these guys if it's possible to make that happen. Please do.
What was that like?
Meeting Alex? Really nice. Yeah, because, you know, you meet someone super serious about acting, serious about filmmaking, serious about himself. It's nice. What's cool about the thing that we learned on the road was the idea of harnessing the power of the tribe, the power of creating a group of people who come together to make something for the love of making it, not for money or for glory, but just because they love to make something. And so what was cool about the script was that it was a litmus test for that. I think people either closed and were like, yeah, it's not for me, or they closed and they're like, I have to be part of this. I mean, Alex driving up on 4th of July. Like, and it was just so nice to meet someone who was serious about it, and then that just carried all the way through the making of the movie. I mean, on our day off, we'd get together. Britt and I had rented a house. We shot this movie in Shreveport, Louisiana. Britt and I had rented a house, and Alex would come and cook dinner for everybody. All the cast was there. There was about 15 people. And you'd just be busy in the kitchen, and it's just such a nice feeling.
But it really was a special experience shooting it, because I think, like you said, Zal, I think it attracted people that, I mean, everyone was so passionate about the film, about the project, and not only the actors, but the crew. Every single guy and girl behind the camera were so invested, and I've never experienced that before, where they, the grip and the makeup artists, where they're like so into it, and at lunch they'll come up to me and they'll be like, why would Benji do that? I don't understand, like, or even suggestions, I'd be directed by the grip something like, actually I think Benji, and which I thought was lovely, because we really became the tribe, and like Zal said, everyone, it wasn't just a job, it wasn't like, all right, what time is wrap? Everyone cared so deeply about the tribe, and about working together, and about hopefully making a good film.
How do you create that atmosphere? Okay, I'm going to answer that question in 2 parts. One is the results first. So on the 6th week of shooting, we shot the spin the bottle scene. You guys might remember. We shot it according to the script a couple times, and it just wasn't quite working. So I said to the actors, you guys have known each other now for a long time and have come to like each other. Why don't we just play Spin the Bottle, and I'll have 2 cameras running, and we'll just see what we get. And so I was back sitting on these chairs, watching it on the 2 monitors, and they started playing Spin the Bottle, and it was just the most amazing thing. I remember you landed on Danielle Tass's character, and you're like, can I kiss your belly button? And she looked really, like, for a second she looked shocked, and then she's like, yes. And then she, like, opened herself up, and then she had her hand on your head, and, like, I remember the entire crew, you know, the grips and the makeup artists and everything, they gathered around my chairs, and they were just, everyone was just like, who's gonna land on who? I think Toby landed on Britt 3 times. I was so happy to make out with her each time. That's not in the movie, but that was the kind of fun we had. And, you know, that Spin the Bottle comes from our experience on the road, because when we were on the road, we lived with these people who, we didn't watch any television, there weren't no televisions, we didn't go to any movies all summer, we didn't listen to any recorded music. Our entertainment came from things that had to do with other people. And Spin the Bottle was a game that we played in one collective we lived with, and it was amazing, and it was crazy that we got to recreate that same intimacy with the actual cast, that they came together and did that.
Yeah, I thought it was actually the most intimate scene in the movie. I'm just curious, how many times did you have to spin the bottle to actually get to the person you needed? Because that couldn't have been easy. That was a spinning bottle.
Well, we played, we were there the whole night, we just played. Yeah.
Who'd you have fun kissing? That's for you girls out there. Not for me.
Shiloh Fernandez, of course. He's so pretty.
Let's talk about some of the stuff in terms of the train hopping and the other things that you did, because when you went across the country, you were hitchhiking.